The San Jose Sharks had a really bad first period, and then things got a little better, kind of. But they lose 6-3 against the Chicago Blackhawks, and we're here to break it down on Teal Town, USA. Jules, don't click the wrong button. You know where to find us. You know us. You love us. You can find us on the YouTube, the X, the Instagram, the Facebook, all the social platforms. We go live anytime there's a trade and anytime after a Sharks game. We'll also go live if Alex Stalock disclaim off of waivers. Ask Ian Reed and Puck Guy about that one. And I'm joined with the one and only Tyler. Hi, buddy. How are you?
Hello.
How are you? How's life? How are things?
Um, I think outside is even slightly less cold than the Sharks were starting this game.
It's less cold than my Capri Sun. Um. Anyways, if anyone's wondering, the Capri Sun I drink is Pacific Cooler. It's not sponsored or anything, but by far my favorite one. Anyways,
The Capri Sun sponsorship money.
the Capri Sun non-existent sponsorship here at Teal Town, USA. No sponsors, no ads. But yeah, a game was played today. We did have a hockey game. Let me just say this. I know last show I was fuming for those of you who were watching. I'm a little bit calmer this time. And I think Tyler and I were watching this on Discord, and just the overall consensus was this team is not it right now. They need the break. And I think half of them are still sick.
I hope they're
Like,
sick. I hope there's something.
I really
going on
hope
in
it's
the background.
sickness and not like we just forgot how to play hockey all of a sudden for 3 games straight. And before any of you say fire Warsaw, we're not doing that.
Yeah, we decided pre-podcast we're not entertaining that today.
Pre-podcast during the first period, Tyler and I were like, so what are we doing for the pod? How are we addressing this? Oh, the NHL site makes this really bad. All right, so in the first period, the shots were 1-4.
What a first period, by the way.
By the way, and I know the Hawks, like I know the Sharks played bad, but the Hawks also weren't doing that great in the first period. It was like weird pond hockey is the best way to describe that first period.
Yeah, it was honestly some of the worst back and forth I've ever seen.
It was quite bad.
It really did look like it was a few years ago when the Sharks and the Hawks were still trying to tank.
Yeah, it was always like the tank bowls where it's like whoever loses. But no, the shots were 1-4. Connor Bedard scored on a power play, assisted by Teravainen and Tyler Bertuzzi. That gets it going, and I think that was like maybe the second shot of the game. And you're sitting there and you're like, "Oh my!"
Yeah.
But the second period wasn't any better.
No.
There were a total of 5 goals.
It was quite.
Yeah, Tyler texted me this morning and was like, "Are we gonna get frat boy Jules today?" And during the second period, you guys were absolutely gonna get frat boy Jules, but then the Sharks turned it on a bit, so I'm less mad. Connor Murphy would score. Ryan Donato would score because he always scores against the Sharks, and Sam Renzel would score, and the score is 4-0 due to defensive breakdowns, and they pull Askey. Look, I know Askey hasn't been great. I'm aware of that information. The defense has been no help. Shall we talk about this defense?
Oh boy, which do you want to start with?
So they scratched Klingberg today, which
Klingberg
yes,
scratched,
I get that. He's also been awful.
I think people were praising the Sun before the game, even though
you replaced him with Liljegren, who's arguably worse at times.
Yeah.
Please trade Liljegren. Please. Please.
I mean,
love the guy.
Mook was good this game.
We'll get to Mook. I have thoughts on Mook because I did not know he could do what he just did tonight.
Yeah, no, that was We'll get to it. Yeah, it was
that
gorgeous.
was wilding. That score sheet isn't one for the ages.
Yeah. Uh, I read that on the Discord. I'm like, that is three people. First of all, didn't even know they were playing together.
Yeah, no, I was like, what?
But no, Mook was a shining, hey, great job for Mook, but it really is this team has nobody on the right side that plays hockey. Lil Sugar,
Also,
Klinkler,
Orlov looks. I know he's not on. I don't know if he's playing on the right. I don't know my right or left.
no, he's
Orlov
left.
also looks. Yeah, okay. So, but he also looks off, and that's typically a bad sign when Orlov looks off too. The whole defense right now, I don't know what happened. They like we were talking about this. You can't go from playing one of your best games to forgetting how to play hockey overnight. It doesn't happen that way.
Yeah.
And
Uh,
sure, you can blame Warso,
yeah,
but
you
if
can
you want to
blame the
go out
line
and fire
blender.
Warso,
You
who
can
are you
blame
going
the
to
line
hire?
blender, but we had the lines that we've been playing the last 3, 4, 5 games out there, and they still weren't producing anything. We had Graf, Celebrini, Smith. They didn't do anything. We had Misa Gaudet and Eklund. I think at one point they didn't do
Yeah, they were
anything. Like,
actually pretty good. Well, actually, Misa Eklund Gaudet was actually one of the lines that made me not want to use words I cannot use during the Calgary Flames game.
but in general, they
Yeah,
didn't produce anything either. Like, they did look good, but they didn't produce
yeah.
anything. Ironically, even though the line didn't look that strong, Celebrini, Smith, Toffoli was the most productive line today.
Shocking, right?
Exactly.
Miracle. The one
Again,
that Celebrini's on typically looks the most productive here, folks.
wrong.
But let's get to that. Will Smith scores his 17th. I love Will Smith. He had about 14 posts today. I think the Sharks as a whole, once they turned it on and once they remembered, oh, we're a hockey team, which is a
Yeah,
wonderful observation, by the way.
yeah.
Uh like we were saying it on the Discord, he could have had a hat trick this game pretty
Oh,
easily.
Smith could have had a hat trick. Graf could have had a hat trick. There's a lot of ifs.
And butts were
If
candy
we
and
were
nuts.
playing with, yeah, if we were playing with a net that was like half an inch wider, oh man, we would have had so
We
many
would have
goals.
been cooking. Um no, look, yeah, Will Smith, he gets his 17th. He's been on a heater since coming back from injury. Assists go to Celebrini and Graf. And then Ilya Mikheyev scores about 40 seconds after, give or take.
Yeah,
I'm not going to
that
do math
one
right now.
really killed momentum.
Yeah, but Celebrini would score his 28th of the season, assisted by Tyler Toffoli. So nice to see that Toffoli get on the score sheet there. And then in the third period, Sharks would come out and they would be off to a pretty darn good start here. Shakir Mukhamadullin with a backhand I didn't know he had. And those assists come to Philip Kershev and Vinny Desharnais. And then Ryan Donato, because of course Ryan Donato scores against his former team, or like 4 teams ago at this
Nice,
point. Holy
nice,
crackers!
nice.
He pots his 13th of the year with assists to Ilya Mikheyev and Connor Murphy, and the final score becomes 6-3 against the Chicago Blackhawks. Sharks turn out on a 3-game losing skid and play the Colorado Avalanche on Wednesday at 6 p.m. And again, I'm not ending the pod here, but we'll be live after that.
I'm just gonna
So
rage bait the chat right now because I know they're
please
all
don't.
yelling
I'm
about it.
not. I'm not
Dickinson
showing
was
any.
fantastic today. Just because it started with a J and not an S doesn't mean Dickinson wasn't great.
I'm gonna just not look at the chat then all day. All right. Chat, don't worry. I appreciate you. It's also good to know that the Sharks power play was absolutely not doing nothing today.
Oh god, they were
I don't
so
remember how many
bad.
power. I don't have the. I just know they were
We
0.
got no
They
power.
went 0 for 4 on the
Yeah,
power
no power
play.
play goals.
Hawks went 1 for 5. The Hawks also have one of the best PKs in the league. I believe it's rated number 1. Special teams kind of cost the Sharks again. And again, yes, it's just 1 goal, but you don't let in a goal in the first. It's a tied game going into the second. Might be a very different game here. I think just there was a miscue there on the penalty kill. Overall, like
We have had problems with this team of for some reason they don't show up in certain periods. I don't know what the answer is. They weren't here in the first and second. They show up in the third. It looks like a game, and I mean, yeah, they made it closer, but it's not like it was really that close at all. Um, I don't know if it was they figured out the lines in the third or the team just went, I don't want to lose this game 7-1. I don't know what the answer is here, but like the Sharks, the problem is you got to look at the first two periods. The third period was perfectly fine.
Yeah. Again, if they played the way they did in the third period, it's fine. And now, to be fair, the Sharks have had the opposite problem going into games. Um, hey, folks, be nice in the chat because we will put people in timeout. So, and I don't mean that as like to treat you like everyone as like kids or something, but just be nice in the chat. I know we're all frustrated. I know this is a frustrating losing streak here, but be
Yeah.
nice. Doesn't cost anything to be nice. Um, And yeah, with that, yeah, the Sharks have had tendencies to come out super strong
Mm-hmm.
and then just kind of simmer off. But lately, they've been coming out kind of like this game. It was the opposite. They decided to flip the
Yeah.
script and go, yeah,
Yeah. The Sharks have. That was the biggest thing that I remember us talking about in the beginning of the season is that they start really, really bad. And it seemed like the games that they start well and end kind of poorly are definitely our better games.
They just need to find consistency, and
Yeah.
and part of me, that does come with having a quite a young offense.
Mm-hmm.
Um, most of the guys that we're relying on for our offense are most like under the age of 23. Let's be honest here.
Yeah.
Um, and they're gonna have slumps and they're gonna struggle at times, but the vets kind of on defense is another story, right? Like on defense, this defense, like I said after the Calgary loss, they can't afford to have a C game. They just can't. They're not. No disrespect, they're not that good, right?
Yeah.
They're. Go ahead.
The biggest issue with this recent slump is it feels a lot more like the early season slump. I know you were talking
Mm-hmm.
about the difference in play between like before the Christmas break and after the Christmas break, which was absolutely a fantastic difference between the team.
Yeah.
But opposed to then, this feels more like the beginning season where passes are just pretty much going nowhere. Consistency is out the window. Uh, really, it just feels like we're getting goals off of just random chances from not even really defensive breakdowns from the Chicago Blackhawks, but just puck goes somewhere random and we got a guy there and we're able to get a good shot off of it.
Yeah.
We had one good goal. Everything else was just kind of like all right, I'm glad we scored, but that was really the best play we had. No, we've had better plays than that.
So I'm gonna harp something here. They need to play Michael Mesa more.
They do.
Um,
They do.
he has 11 and he played 11 and 31 minutes today, and I know his line got shuffled, and I didn't love that. And I
Mhm.
tweeted this out. I was like, I get you want to fix the second line, and so you fix the second line by bumping up Eklund and Graf, or demoting, I guess, Graf and bumping up Eklund, whatever. You get my point.
Yeah,
But
whatever
then
it
you
is.
take away from that line. Hear me out for a second. Here's a crazy thought. Flip it. Move Wenberg down to 3 and put me. I know he's not ready, but you can deploy ice time like that and have the sheet be like that, right? You can
Well,
keep that line and just treat Wenberg like the 3, and whatever matchups you want to do, you can do.
eventually we're gonna have to just try it out. Even if it's not
Yes,
something that stays game after game, Misa's not going to be the second line center
but
for the entire rest of the season.
I
Give him a game.
y- I just
Give him a
want to.
game.
I at least just want him to get like 15 minutes a game, right? Because I think
Yeah,
even in this game, like he's showing flashes of why he was picked second overall. Um.
yeah,
So like, I think it's important to kind of give him that because he is your 2C of the future. Or again, if you want on the paper for it to say, I think Steve Dangle has said this. What's on the paper doesn't really matter at the end of the day. Is lines 1, 2, 3, and 4. It's the ice time that matters.
yeah.
If you want to just go back to that Gaudette, Eklund Misa line, treat that as your second line. Have Graf Celebrini Smith. We all know that works.
Mm-hmm.
Or when Sherwood comes back, have Sherwood Celebrini Smith, because I don't know when Sherwood's coming back, and I know there's mixed opinions on that. I'm not going to get into that, but like you can do Sherwood Celebrini Smith. That moves Toffoli down, but I just don't like Toffoli and Wenberg together. So then you're stuck there, right? So that's why I think the Sharks moved Gaudette or Eklund or whatever. So yeah,
Yeah, we are running into pretty much the problems that we outlined at the beginning of the year. This team, we don't have a strong offense, or sorry, not offense, defense.
I was about
We
to
don't have a
say
strong
our
defense.
offense is actually mostly okay for the most
Yeah,
part.
our
It's
offense is
it's
mostly
children
okay.
based. It's children,
We
but like we're relying on kids
we
pretty
still
much.
want
But it's
more consistency, which was always something that was outlined because what was the one thing that we talked about last year? You shut
yeah,
down Celebrini, shut down the Sharks. That's
yeah,
not consistency. So we want more consistency from the offense. We saw it this game. Um, goals and chances coming from wild, weird happenstances throughout the game. And then defense is one of the things I noted during the actual viewing of the game is for some reason, despite the fact that we don't trust our defense with carrying the puck and being puck control defense, our offense are all really high on the breakout, which puts a lot of pressure on the defense. And I feel like we're just turning over pucks, and we're not able to rely on our offense because our defense is constantly floundering at the back.
yeah.
Um, I don't know if they want to try to, change how we do our breakouts or something like that, but we're just missing the consistency. And we can't get the
For sure.
puck to our offense so that we're not relying on our defense.
Yeah. Again, the break can't come fast enough for this team. I think this team kind of needs a reset a little just to get their mind kind of back on their track and whatever they're battling can hopefully cool off a bit.
Mm-hmm.
Again, we're not sure if they're battling. I'm never going to speculate on that. I don't want to assume anything. Um, but they're definitely kind of just they don't look right. And in my opinion, you don't go from like playing what some of your best hockey to just very downgraded, like 50% off. So,
Yeah.
um,
It's either
yeah.
they're sick or they're just tired. Let's not be mistaken. This has been a long road trip that's still not even over.
And they had like what four back to back, like not back to
And
back,
then
but
immediately gone on to like what are we on, like a 6 or 7 game road trip?
5 game road trip. Yeah.
5 game road trip. Yeah, it's been a
Uh,
rough month for this team.
so let's talk about a team who's doing a little better. Um, yeah, the San Jose Barracuda. Sorry for the brief pause there. It took me a second to find the video because Jules apparently is blind. Um, so the San Jose Barracuda play a total of 3 games this week. They play Wednesday tomorrow at 7 p.m. against the Coachella Firebirds at home. And then they go on the road to face the Abbotsford Canucks on Friday, February 6th at 7 and Saturday, February 7th at 4 p.m. So watch them. They're really fun. I was fortunate enough to go to the game against the Wranglers in person. Shout out to all of you who I met there. You guys are awesome. Shout out to AJ who bullied me to buy one of his jerseys. Um love you AJ, but that was mean of you. Yeah, and something I just immediately noticed with the Cuda and kind of wanted to mention is just how good of a skater they are in person. Like when you watch this team in person, um it's the Barracuda. It's so fun to watch them skate, dude. Like Greer definitely has a prototype of what he's building here, and it's really good skating, right? Like he's gonna the San Jose Sharks, once they're at their full peak, will be known to skate you to the ground.
Yeah,
So it was just a blast watching them. I unfortunately had to leave early, but yeah, it was really fun to watch them. They skate well and they definitely demolished the Wranglers there. So Cam Lund is low key becoming Colin Graff 2.0. Put that
I
out there.
hey, I'm all for him getting called up. Probably next season. Let's be honest.
Yeah.
Uh, but yeah, we We have a lot of fantastic skaters in our young players, and honestly, that might be the biggest breath of fresh air compared to what we have this year because we do have a lot of older defensive players that are not really known for skating. Even you look at Ferraro. Ferraro's never really been known for having this fantastic skating ability. He was more of always a positional and a passer for a defenseman. That we got Cagnoni, who has been known for skating like a demon. We've got, as you mentioned, Lund. We've got both Chernyshov and Musty that have fantastic skating ability. We got a lot of young players with some of the best skating compared to other AHL teams.
Yeah.
The biggest drawback to Barracuda hockey has always been a really weird structure that they run. I even struggle to figure out sometimes what the structure of their play is, but it's true that they skate teams into the ground.
Yeah.
And it's going to be very interesting to see how they translate that play. Um,
Yeah. They were as bad in person as they were on AHL TV. just pointing that out. Go
you
ahead.
don't want the deep U like
Listen. Choices were made. I respect it. I they
you would
were.
prefer to see the players actually wearing just a deep U with a belt that opposed to the actual jersey. You just want to see them,
I just
nip
would rather
out.
not wear. I would just rather them not wear whatever they were wearing. Let me be honest with you. I also love how their like socks thingy majiggies had like little laces on it. It was really wrestling like, and I appreciated it. Um, but yeah, we probably see Skinner on Wednesday. We probably see Skinner get traded tomorrow, Loki, or tomorrow's not Wednesday, Jules. Yeah, because the trade freeze before the
Olympic
Olympics
break.
here is approach. Yeah, I forgot how to speak English. So, all right, name me players you think are gonna get dealt here. Let's go.
Ferraro, Skinner. I think somebody will take Klingberg.
Watch them get a first for Klingberg.
I
Listen,
think those
this
are.
market has proved to be dumb.
Oh, and Kirsch. I would not be surprised if Kershev is dealt.
Yeah, there's just
Um,
no room for him really. Like,
well, and the biggest thing is I'm like, doesn't the Sherwood trade kind of replace
like
what Kershev
yeah.
would have
Well,
been?
they're a little bit different players. I'll say that.
But like
Um,
positionally, like in the
yeah.
depth chart.
Oh no, the audio just went kabook. Okay, wait, talk.
I think I'm good.
It just for a second it went kabook. No, but yeah, I see what you mean. I've been thinking they're going to trick Kershaf here for a while. I just think the injury kind of derailed it. On defense, um, I've been saying this for a while, and I'll say it again. I think they have two D-man signed next year, Orlov and Sam. So I don't know
What
what
about Darnay?
Desharnais isn't signed. He's a UFA.
Sorry. I thought you were saying they were going to only keep two players.
No. I meant like they currently only in the
Oh,
books right now who are signed, and
sorry.
of course you have Luca Cagnoni who's down in the AHL right now. But like
Continue.
on
Yeah.
the actual roster as of I was about to say December 2nd, February 2nd, 2026. They
We're
only
going back to
have
December.
please. They only have two guys signed. So I couldn't tell you. Um I think knowing Greer, there's always something out from left field that that we're never gonna see coming. So I just be prepared for that because the last two trade lines have definitely delivered that.
And I know somebody's bringing up Lily. Honestly don't know who trades for him.
Some team will. Let's look. GMs are GMs, right? Like,
Yeah, but he's jumped around some of, let's be honest, the worst defenses, and he's always been the odd man out of like he doesn't fit here.
26 he is, right? Like 26-year-old White Shot D. Some GM is going to be like, I can fix that because GMs are, whenever they see a right shot D, they're so
Maybe, but
rare
I
that
think that's kind of one of those things where it's like I can fix him, but I'm not going to trade for him.
We'll find out here soon.
We
Trade
will find
deadline.
out soon.
Yeah, so the roster freeze is coming up, and then their trade deadline is March 6th. We'll be live doing some sort of stream. They also play St. Louis that night, so yeah. Uh, who from? Oh, here we go. Let's get Tyler and I fighting. Who from the Cuda is making it to the Sharks blue line next, other than Cagnoni? So here's the tea, boys and girls.
Yeah,
It
are we going to
really
bring up
depends
this
what
one?
Eric Polkamp is doing.
Yeah. Yeah, no. Jules and I got into a heated argument a few days ago about Eric Polkamp.
Because I think they probably look. Greer might go out and have two on the roster, and I think that's what everyone wants is Cags and Polkamp. I think
Mhm.
Cags for sure makes it. I think Polkamp probably is in the AHL. AJ, don't come from me. Um, that's just my opinion, Tyler.
No, I understand why you think that, and there's plenty of reason to feel that way. He's coming from, a junior quote unquote hockey. The reason I think he can make the jump to the NHL is because this is NCAA, not CHL hockey. He is playing against 20, 24-year olds. He's used to guys of size. It's not as rough, but I think it's a lot easier to translate your play from the NCAA and to the NHL than it is from CHL to NHL, and that's what we're seeing with issues with Dickinson. It's just like you're no longer the biggest guy, you're no longer the clear best player on the rink. You now have other players, but in the NCAA, you don't have that same issue. You got players like Bearhoff, you got a whole slew of prospects on basically all the top teams, and he's still able to produce against those top teams. So that's why I think that he is able to make that jump from the NCAA to the NHL. But I can very much see that it might
He's
be
21.
a 50-50 year or like a 25-75 year where he spends some time in the AHL and some time in the NHL.
So for those of you who don't know, Polkamp is a 21-year-old overager at currently one of the Boston schools. No, I lied. Not Boston. University of Denver. Oh my,
Yeah,
Jules.
no,
I'm so
he's
sorry,
Denver.
guys. No, my bad. University. I just think Boston with the Sharks always. Um,
Mike Greer likes
in
his guys.
29, yeah, Mike Greer loves his guys. In 29 games played, he has 16 goals, 12 assists for 28 points. Look with Polkamp, I think he'll work out. I think like if he'll either work out or he'll be like a pretty good AHLer. That's kind of where that pendulum. It just depends which side he's going to swing. I do like Polkamp. I like all the tools he has. He has a dumb heavy shot for what he is. Um, do I think he has top two potential number one future D-man? No, no, no.
Probably not.
Um,
He's 21, and deep men take longer to
I
produce.
think
So.
I think he'll start in the AHL next year, and that'll kind of depend. We'll see how he adjusts before I make
And I do
any.
want to address a comment real quick, just because there's not much to talk about.
Yeah,
LSW, he can't come to the NHL. He's on contract with the SHL, and because he was not a first round pick, he cannot be brought over. So there's just nothing really to talk about there.
yes, and I know he's in David Carl's system, but I'm not gonna again. Let's see how he looks in the AHL before we go out here and make assumptions. None of us are scouts.
Yeah.
Again, I think he starts in the AHL, and then we'll see what happens. Okay, Tiger.
Uh,
Um,
hey, if we're gonna be hiring him, can we get an AHL coach?
John McCarthy is leading his team currently, and what are they, like second in the Pacific now? Um, yeah, I don't actually know that off the top of my head. Anyways, we do have too many left-hand shot defensemen, so
Yeah.
look for some of them to be traded.
Yeah. I know also something that I've mentioned is if you want to target right-handed defensemen or just defensemen in general. I know a little bit of a home bias, but a team that's got a lot of defense that you could trade for is Carolina.
True that. So, can we have Nishkin by any chance? Do you guys want to
No,
maybe
good
trade
luck
him
with
up?
that.
Uh, oh, Felix, is there a quote in the chat that I missed?
Oh, is there?
Where soft Okay, Warsowski says some changes to the power play units are coming. So, what are those? Because I've heard that quote 4 times now. Like, are we like putting Misa on PP1? Are we having Sam on PP1? Are we having Sam on any power play units? Let me get Tyler started here. Go.
I want him on the power play so badly. I also want us to switch back to a 2D3 offense. You know what? We can put Sam Dickinson to make passes and stuff like that to whoever. I know we don't have Klingberg in today, so to Orlov, to whoever's going to be taking the shot points or point shots. But you know what? Throw out Celebrini, Smith, and Misa. Let's go for it.
Let's just have fun.
Yeah.
Let's maintain our status as the most fun team in the league.
Again,
Um,
house money. Try something new. If it doesn't work, it doesn't work, but at least you try it.
Warsowski. We're just not making the right plays. We're not moving the puck quick enough. There's no pace to it. We're slow. We got to really revamp this thing. Um, Continued. What do you mean by revamp? There'll be some personnel changes for sure. Is that key for sure? Is that key for Sherwood music I hear from Pashelka? So what I'm hearing based on that quote is key for Sherwood's playing against Colorado. That would be my presumed assumption by that quote.
I mean,
Or
it would
Jeff
be
Skinner's
fresh
coming in.
air.
Or Jeff Skinner's coming in, and I'm gonna spontaneously combust on live air.
Well, and people are talking about changes to the power play might mean that Klingberg's getting traded, which very well might be true.
We're somehow gonna get some dumb return for Klingberg.
Most certainly.
Honestly, Toff might need to. Dude, okay, can we talk about Toffoli? All right, let's have a discussion here.
Yeah, it is time to talk about Dad.
Okay, look, Toffoli. I don't know what happened, but he's either like 4 points like 4 points in one game, or where are you? And like we need more from Toffoli just in general
Mm-hmm.
because our offense is better when he's going. And I know he's streaky a little, you could say, but like, what's going on this year, bud? Because at first we thought we were playing through injury, but like his skating is just he's so slow right now.
Yeah, if he was injured, take a break. Just take
Please.
a break. You playing through it is not helping the team. And if you need to get scratched every so often just so you can get a break because for some reason something's holding you back, do it. But yeah, like if this conversation about he's playing through something, okay,
Yeah.
this is hockey. People play through things. If you're either good or you're not. Doesn't matter if you're playing through something.
Yeah. And with that, if you want to listen to this again, you can find it on the YouTube because, we're always on YouTube. You can also find it on Spotify. Yeah, if you want to re-listen to this, we're on again after every Sharks game, and we'll be back with you after the Colorado Avs versus the San Jose Sharks this Wednesday at 6 p.m. And the CUDA also play on Wednesday, so at 7 p.m. against the Coachella Valley Firebirds. So a lot of Sharks hockey coming up with the roster freeze. Don't be surprised if we kind of have a mini trade deadlines because GMs only reply when there's a deadline. It's like me and my assignments. I only do it when there's a deadline, and I'll procrastinate to the last minute. See, NHL, hire me as a GM. I'll do good. My scouting ability is limited, but it's okay.
Yeah, you'll get your reports on the draft day.
I'll get my reports on draft day. It's fine. Everyone will say I'm a horrible GM. It's wonderful.
Thank you.
Jerry F1618. Not a great game for the Sharks, but thanks for being here for us fans to commence and vent. Okay, I'm not saying I meant his season in general, not this game with Toffoli.
Yeah.
I just kind of expected more with the season in general, not this game. This game Toffoli, that line we already said was probably one of the better lines today. I just mean in the season in general. Again, I kind of want more from Toffoli, but that's just me. You can have your own opinions.
Yeah. It was a rough game. There's very few players that we can honestly say played well. We've got Misa and Yeah, they got a couple of points, but Celebrini Smith were not playing the best today. Smith got a few chances. That's absolutely true, but did not finish like he normally does. Celebrini's was forcing a lot of things. Passes were not going where they needed to. It was just a rough game for basically everybody.
Yeah. Also, thanks, Felix. This has been addressed, but
Yeah.
I actually we didn't talk about this.
No,
Mac
we didn't
finally
talk about
has
that.
80 points on the season. He'll well, oh shit. Well, technically 81 after tonight. So
He did
good
get
on
two.
Mac. So yeah, he'll finish the season over a point per game for sure.
Oh, easy.
Anything else? Anything
Um,
else?
I mean, the one I will say, because this is something I've been harping on recently. This was a good playoff, or not playoff, face off performance today.
Playoffs?
Yeah, playoff performance. Face off performance. There was several times where the Sharks did win face off battles that were important, but did kind of squander them. But yeah, you know I'll give props where props are due.
Do we give props where props are due? We just
Hey,
hate everything.
got to give the good with the bad.
And that is the quote of the day. With that, we'll be back on Wednesday for Colorado Sharks. And with that, keep it real, keep it teal, keep it real, teal. Have a good night, everyone.